So the following segment was from a podcast that I've been meaning to edit and get uploaded for a long time. It's from back in September, right after the introduction of Terry Bogard into Smash, or the announcement trailer, rather. My friends and I, we decided to do a fun game. As we're getting closer to the reveal of the 5th Fighters Pass character, I thought this would be a relevant segment to share. And a way of actually getting something onto the channel because school's been kind of crazy. So, enjoy the following segment.
So, it is September. It is football season. And with football season comes fantasy football. But we're going to do something that's more up my alley. And we're going to be doing Fantasy Smash Ball, which is the official title of it starting now. And we're going to be drafting the remaining fighters for both the Fighters Pass and the Expanded Pass that they announced during the last Direct. So we got a couple of rules. David or Dan, would you like to read the rules for us?
So we get 6 characters, 1 left on the Fighter Pass and then 5 on the new Fighters Pass. And then we're going to rank our top 6 characters most likely to likely. And then the most likely gets 6 points and least gets 1. And then David, read the last one.
If the character is announced as the last DLC fighter, then you get twice the points. You guess right.
So basically, we get a Fighters Pass pick. If we can correctly guess the character in the last slot of the first season pass, what we're assuming will be a second season pass, if we can guess the last character in the first Fighters Pass, we'll get double the points of how likely we feel like the character will be. So we could basically get either 2 points if we think it's our least likely pick, but we still pick it as our Fighters Pass pick, or 12 points, which would be pretty cool. Obviously, this game will probably last a long time. Basically, we don't know when the next Fighters Pass will end. It could continue until 2021, but it'll just be something we're talking about for a little while. We're going to be doing it in order of David picks, Dan picks, and then I pick. And we have a list of characters that we all thought could get in there. Mainly me. I typed a lot of this at like 1. It was like 1 in the morning one night. I was tired. I was lazy.
Oh wait, I actually didn't realize you had a list here.
Oh yeah, if you look at the Google Doc, there is a huge list.
I just have my own list.
Oh, David has his own list. Ooh, ballsy.
Well, I mean, based off limited research I did, I thought we had to make our own list. I didn't realize you were making a shared one.
Well, I made a list of characters that you could put on your list. So.
Oh boy, this makes it harder then.
I'm very interested to hear David's pick. David,
It could be anyone.
I mean, they're nothing like out of left field. They're probably ones you've seen before and recognized. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Okay.
This is a very long list.
Yeah, I put a lot of characters in there because there's just so many characters you could put into Smash Brothers, that I feel like David is sweating now.
I wish I hadn't seen this list. I felt like I had my ideas in check.
Yeah, no, I put a lot of characters here.
You made this thing long.
Yeah, it is. It is like actually 3 pages of characters that I put in. I'll have to include a list just scrolling down the characters I put. But David, do you want to?
Who's gonna go first?
Well, I said David would go first, but if David wants to just look at that list really fast.
Well, I mean, I can go. I have an idea of who I want to take first based off what I saw recently.
Okay.
So,
David, are all your characters on this list?
I don't know. I didn't check.
I have labeled it by.
Most of them probably are.
Okay. Then, do you want to start off with? Oh, should we start with our most likely and then go to our least likely?
Do you want to just rank them after? We can just take whoever we want for now and then figure out that stuff.
Well, here's the thing. I wanted to do it one character at a time. So like we go through our most likely first, and then second round, third round, fourth round, up till 6th round.
Oh, wouldn't you assume if you're taking them in the first round that you think they're most likely?
Yeah, that's what
you want to take.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we're figuring this out on the fly,
We
folks.
start at most likely and then go to least likely.
Yeah, obviously
so just
start.
pick 1 through 6.
Choose who your most likely character is.
All right. Are we starting? Or?
Yeah, we're starting.
All right. I'm gonna go with Lloyd Irving.
Lloyd Irving. Wow.
Yeah, because I saw a rumor today that the voice actor was like working on something and wouldn't share what it was. So people were speculating. So
Yeah.
there's fresh rumors out there. So it seems like a good idea to go first.
Wow.
David's picking up on the hot goss.
Like,
I don't know. I might as well take something that is hot right now.
so David, I don't know how much research you went into Lloyd Irving, but that's a very good pick. And man, okay, so obviously he's Robin's voice actor from Teen Titans, which is pretty cool inherently.
Yeah, I just saw that part.
Super cool.
So it'd be cool to just hear Robin yell like Tiger Fang or whatever, just like in there. So David, I don't know how much research you did into Lloyd Irving, but did you know he was a Mii costume in Smash 4?
I learned that from your list actually.
Oh, really? So
Did not know that before.
So,
I had no idea.
and in the past, Sakurai actually said that if there was ever going to be a Tales of character in Smash, it would be Lloyd Irving.
That's a good pick.
That's a good pick, David. Is that your Fighters Pass pick? Is it, or are you saving that?
I'll take that. Yeah, why not?
All right, David's FPP is Lloyd Irving. Now, now that it's Dan's turn, I want to point out, David, if he's recording it now, it doesn't make sense if the DLC character has already been worked on.
Well, I mean, I don't know if he said he was recording or if he was just like in the process. Maybe he's just being contacted. Who knows?
I mean, it could very well happen
We'll
in the
see.
next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right,
We'll see.
Lloyd Irving is off the table. Dan, who is your first pick?
I think for me, probably Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot. That is a good pick.
Yeah, it just makes too much sense.
Why does it make too much sense, Dan?
It's like the Insane trilogy is on the Switch now, and like it came before Spyro, so I think Crash makes more sense. I think like one of him or Spyro will get in, and I think Crash would get in over Spyro because he's been on the system longer. And also I think Crash is just more iconic. You could debate it, but I don't know. I feel like I hear more people talk about Crash Bandicoot
Yeah,
than I hear talk about
honestly,
Spyro.
don't-
Lots of people don't talk about Spyro.
Yeah. I feel like there's not a whole lot of debate there. I feel like Crash is just more popular than Spyro. Even
Yeah, exactly. So he makes a lot of sense to me, and like plus with like Banjo and Kazooie coming from the Xbox, it makes sense to have Crash coming from Sony.
yeah, it kind of
So Crash Bandicoot.
nice. Okay, Crash is out of the way. I think both are very, very good picks. Dan, do you think Crash will be the final character on the Fighters Pass, or are you saving that for someone else?
I think he will. Not the final character. I think he'll be on the next one if he's in.
Okay. All right. I guess it's my pick. My pick is from a... So Banjo-Kazooie is technically the first Western character in Smash. Besides...
Oh, I think I know where you're going with.
Yeah. Besides K. Rool and Diddy Kong, who both come from Rare. That makes a lot of sense, England. One character that I think is pretty likely. There have been talks in the past about this company working with Sakurai and Nintendo before. There's talks about characters in Smash. I think Doom Guy could be our final character on the Fighters Pass.
Yeah, that's a very, very real pick.
Wait, you said Western. I thought. How does that point to Doom Guy?
Well, because he's id Software is American, and then Bethesda is also American.
Oh, that's even by Western.
What did you think I meant?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Dylan.
Dylan's Rolling Western.
You said Western, so I thought you meant like that.
I meant not Japan.
That's not what I had in mind.
No.
I was like, all right, Sean, if you want to take Dylan, I mean, go ahead, man.
David's like, damn, that was my Fighters Pass pick.
Yeah, that was my pick too.
No, I mean, just talking about Doom Guy, when you really talk about series and franchises and genres that aren't represented in Smash Brothers, as much as I would like Halo and Master Chief to be the first-person shooter character, I feel like it just makes sense that Doom Guy, who kind of revitalized and like created the first-person shooter genre as we know it today, Wolfenstein is there, Quake is there, but the only character I feel like from that era is Doom. Doom has a lot of stuff going on for him right now. Eternal's coming out. Doom 2016 released on Switch and was super popular. They released all those other Doom games, which they did it for Dragon Quest Hero when Hero was coming out, when we didn't know it. Doom 64 is even coming out. I think Doom Guy is very, very likely and just seems like a natural fit for Smash Brothers. He's very violent, but he's not as violent as some other characters that you could go with. Actually, he's probably one of the most violent characters you could go with, but I still don't think it's... As soon as we get, like, Banjo, and we get Cloud, and we get Terry Bogard, Doom Guy just seems real to me. So that's my pick, anyway. Alright.
I just want to see Doom Guy shoot Banjo with a plasma gun.
No, David, he uses legit guns. He uses...
No, but he has a plasma gun, too. I've been watching my roommate play the game recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he has a plasma gun. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Doom, fun game. If you haven't played it, please play it. It's damn good. David, who is your second pick?
Alright, this one's another one that I've just seen a lot, so I'm gonna go more conservative. I'll take Ryu Hayabusa.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna go more like things that I want later on, but I'll start off with the ones I've just seen a lot.
Alright, David, why do you think Ryu has a shot in Smash Brothers?
Just seems like there's so much speculation about him being added at some point. He was rumored for the fourth one, I think, before they announced Terry. It just seems like there's enough speculation that eventually they'll have to come calling for him. So,
Dan, what are your thoughts about Ryu Hayabusa coming into Smash Brothers?
I mean, I've seen a few rumors around, but I don't know. I really don't know. It's so hard to predict who they're gonna put in the game.
Yeah.
Like Sakura just really has a mind of his own.
Yeah. So Ryu, I mean, like, I think he's very extremely likely. He was someone I definitely would have picked if David hadn't taken him. And it just makes sense because, like, Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo is kind of one of the last big Japanese companies. Ryu Hayabusa is one of the last, like, NES franchises. Like, Ninja Gaiden is one of the last big NES games that's not represented. Koei Tecmo even just made Fire Emblem Three Houses, which is kind of crazy. They do all the Warriors games. It kind of just makes a lot of sense. David, that's a very good pick. Dan, who is your second pick?
I'm probably gonna go with Sora.
Sora.
Kingdom Hearts.
alright.
Yeah.
There it is.
Let's cross that one off.
All right, David. Dan, why do you think Sora has a chance? And why can you? And then tell me why he has a chance, and tell me how likely Disney will let him be in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, well, honestly, that's the biggest barrier is Disney.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they don't need to use Disney characters. They could just use, like, the, like original Kingdom Hearts ones. So I think that's how they could get around it. But, like, as for movesets, like, I don't know. Like, it seems like he has a lot of movesets that are, like, moves in Kingdom Hearts that are, like, really easily transferable to a fighting game. And, like, design-wise, he'd make a lot of sense, and I think it would really work. But getting the rights from Disney is definitely a bit of a challenge. But I don't know, like, cause, I mean, I don't know, how much say did Disney have in, like, Marvel Ultimate Alliance? Is that, like, only a movie deal? Like, is Marvel only, like, a movie deal with Disney, or is it everything?
Marvel Ultimate Alliance was a Marvel Games thing. Disney, I don't think, had that much to say. Marvel Games kind of handles that stuff now. But when you really look at the history of, like, Marvel characters, like how the X-Men weren't really allowed in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, there's definitely a corporate say. If there's, like, a money incentive, like, there was an incentive to keep the X-Men characters out of Marvel Infinite because they weren't owned by Disney. But if there is a money incentive and it will sell, I think Disney will be like, yeah, sure, go ahead. I think Sora is pretty damn likely for just fulfilling so many dreams. And Dan, one final question on Sora. I'm butthurt because I was going to pick him next, but I had a backup in case someone did take Sora.
You picked who I was going to pick.
Yes. How likely do you think we will get a Mickey Mouse Echo Fighter of Sora along with Sora?
It honestly depends on Disney.
I think
I would say if Sora gets in the game, then it's likely.
Like, they could easily go with Riku. They could. And that's probably, like, the edgy the edgy hot topic boy
Edge
talk.
extra pick.
Yeah, because everyone's like, oh, Riku's so hot though. But if you really want to talk about iconic characters, Mickey Mouse is pretty much the most iconic character in fiction, I would say. Like, the fact that they could possibly get him seems ridiculous, even taking out of like, oh, Iron Man and Goku can't get in. I think
having Mickey Mouse in Smash would be the weirdest thing ever.
I think even just Sora having a keychain with the Mickey Mouse head on his keyblade would look really weird in Smash Brothers.
It'd be mind blowing.
It would be insane. But that's a good pick. I'm a little jealous because Sora is probably one of my dream characters. But if we don't get Sora as another Square Enix character, my next character is Geno from Super Mario RPG. Now, Geno is, I would say, under Banjo-Kazooie, is probably the most long-requested character in the history of Smash Brothers. He's been a meme. There are so many YouTube poops talking about Geno. He still has a fan base. He hasn't been in a game since 2003. Sakurai himself been like, yeah, I've been wanting to put Geno in here for a long-ass time. I think it is time. There was an incident recently where people were copyright claiming 2 songs from Mario RPG specifically that are heavily associated with Geno. There you go. And the same thing happened with Hero right before, or not Hero, I think it happened with like Terry or something, like music, Nintendo copyrighted it right before the reveal. No.
They've been copyrighting everything now.
Yeah, they are copyrighting a lot of stuff. I think it was Megalovania, honestly, and then Sans got into that.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I really hope
I've wanted Geno for a while. I didn't vote him in the Fighters Pass because I figured enough people would do it as a meme. And I think the time is right. I think Geno might actually get in as, if not the last character in the Fighters Pass. He's not my pick. I think Doom Guy is probably a little bit more likely. But I think Geno has a damn good shot of making it in. But that's my.
I mean, I heard that like Sakurai talked about him.
Yeah, he did. He was talking about like.
He was gonna put him in.
Yeah, and obviously he was a Mii costume, so that I feel like that makes you immediately more likely to be a character, because Isabelle and King K. Rool were both costumes in Smash 4, and then they got bumped up to characters. There's probably another character like that, but I don't know. I think Geno has a chance, and I think it's his time. All right, David, go to your next pick.
All right, here's time for a more fun pick. This is the one that I kind of need to have on my picks. Just for
I think I know who it is already.
All right. Do you know who it is? All right, you want to guess first?
Is it Sebastian Toot?
I wish.
Oh no!
I wish it were that off board. No, I'm taking Cuphead.
Are you taking Cuphead?
Oh.
Whoa!
Good choice.
Why do you think Cuphead could be in Smash?
I mean, they have the DLC releasing next year, so it's going to be back in the public eye. I mean, I think it's a good time for them to get into Smash. I mean, they just brought the game to Switch, and he'd be a great fit for Smash, I think.
All right. And I would assume he'd have like either an Echo or a palette of Mugman.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
David, now when you talk about indie game characters, especially characters who have held significance for longer, like Shovel Knight or even Sans, why do you think Cuphead stands out above Shovel Knight or Sans or someone like a character that I want to pick, so I'm not saying it so Dan doesn't pick her, but a certain purple-haired genie, why do you think Cuphead stands as a character who can get into Smash Brothers?
I think he just has a lot of personality and a really unique art style that would be really cool to see translated over to Smash.
Mm-hmm. And what are some of his moves, do you think, they could pull from, I guess?
I mean, I think he would use the different like things he shoots. Like the pea shooter. There's what's the one that like you like shoot it backwards and it like curves around.
Oh yeah, like the yo-yo one or something.
Yeah, and you have like the charge blast. You have like the multi-shot. Like you could easily have that like like swap around on one of the buttons.
Right.
I think it's really a lot of fun to use.
All right. Well, Cuphead's a good character. I certainly wasn't expecting you to pick Cuphead, but it's a good pick.
I mean, I wasn't sure if you guys would take it at some point, so I had to grab him. Early.
You know what, David?
Our choice.
I wrote down probably like 50 to 70 characters. I did not, in my wildest dreams, believe that Cuphead would be a character on here. So,
Because at some point this list has to be like something that you hope for, and not just like if we all just pick like the most likely, it wouldn't be as fun. Like I would
Makes it
not.
well
Like,
picked.
all right, Dan, what is your next pick?
I would say my next pick is Master Chief.
Master Chief.
Yo.
All right,
Master Chief. All right,
go on.
It's a really weird one.
John. I think Shantae's too simple for this round. You have to go more off board.
All right, I have an off-board
Yeah,
pick.
no, my reasoning is very simple for this. Sakura told me to buy an Xbox.
What a...
and I never thought I would hear those words. So after that happened, I was like, you know what? I think Master Chief's the real Paul. Also said he wanted to add more universes in. It makes sense. I have no idea what the moveset would look like at all, but I think if Doom Guy could be a potential character in Smash, then so could Master Chief.
Yeah, but they have the game. They have Doom on Switch.
Yeah, no, I know they have Doom on Switch, but like, it's just like Sakurai told me to play X. That blew my mind. You can quote me on that.
Wait, John. You have James Bond as an option, but you don't have Master. Actually, you do. Never mind.
Yeah.
But you have James Bond.
Uh,
I can't even imagine James Bond in a.
John, are you taking Shantae right now?
I mean, if no one else takes her, then I'll do someone else. But, David, what if I told you Sakurai was gonna put James Bond in Melee?
I would say sign me up.
He's gonna put James Bond in Melee?
Yeah, because GoldenEye 007 was rare at the time.
I cannot imagine.
I
that.
couldn't
It's so
either, but James Bond, I put him down there because I was like, if we want to do like an off-ball pick, it would be kind of cool because then all the palettes could be different actors who played James Bond, but...
James Bond would be such a weird character. That would.
So my third pick is James Bond from the James Bond series of games.
I hope you're
There you
serious
go.
because you can't take it back.
I took it back though. I'm
All right, fine.
Alright. Fine. If I can't take Shantae now, I'll
Here, if you want to reserve Shantae for next round, you can have.
I
it.
will
But
reserve
if you want
Shantae.
a more off-board pick.
I have
If you want a more off-board pick.
I have
Yeah, I don't think Shantae is gonna be in, so I'll let you have Shantae.
Yeah, I'm not planning on taking your next pick.
Alright.
So.
Then I'll pick one of my favorite boys, a guy whose creator has wanted this character in Smash Brothers for a good long while. I think he has a good chance. His third game, technically fourth game, but the third game in the official line of the series of games is being released exclusively on Nintendo, at least at launch. I think Travis Touchdown from No More Heroes has a shot of being
Oh, I considered that one.
of being a character.
Oh, yeah. I completely forgot about Travis.
Yeah, so I think Travis Touchdown would be really cool. Obviously, he would have beam katanas. He could pull out a gun. Gun's clearly acceptable in Smash Brothers now without raising an M rating. I don't know how that works. Yeah, he has a beam katana that's basically a lightsaber. Obviously, you can have the taunt of him jerking off to charge up his lightsaber. So if you don't know, since it was a Wii game, it had to have motion controls, and since the lightsabers ran on batteries, to charge the battery, Travis would hold the lightsaber in front of him and shake it up and down in front of his crotch, and it would charge up the battery, and then you could whip out your lightsaber willy-nilly once more. That's easily a taunt. Travis Touchdown has a lot of character, a lot of oomph. You could take moves from all the other assassins that he's fought over the years. He's had a good relationship with Nintendo. Marvelous being they just made Daemon X Machina. Say what you will about the game. I haven't played it past the demo, but that
How are the reviews for that then?
They're okay.
Because I played the demo and I did not like it.
yeah. Well, so did you play the first demo or the new demo?
Yeah, I played the first demo. I heard it got a lot better.
I heard it got a lot better too. I haven't played the newer demo. The first demo was fine, but it was rough. But the company that made that was Marvelous, who publishes Travis Touchdowns games, No More Heroes. I think Travis is a good shot. Has a lot of legacy with Nintendo. That's my third pick. I think he's pretty likely.
That's a good pick.
All right, David, who was your fourth pick?
Alright, I'll go back on the board here. Let's go Tracer.
You're going Tracer.
Yeah.
I'm already Tracer. That's such a cringy name. I'm happy with this.
David, why does Tracer have a shot?
I mean, they're bringing Overwatch to Switch. She's a very, very popular character. I think it'd be an interesting fit. I mean, I think she's fitting pretty well with the game. So, come on, Tracer, join the game.
All right, Dan.
David's the booty boy.
Dan, let's talk.
Hop on in.
What would her specials be? What would her neutral be? Just shooting?
Just shooting. I
Would be
love her
Joker's,
already.
Except with 2 guns instead of one.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, no, is Joker's used to be 2 guns? No, it's 1 gun.
It's just one gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could be her blaster. She can move around while doing it. Side B would be teleport, right? Down B, I feel like would be her rewind. What would her up B be?
Probably just like her like warping back to the stage or something. Like I feel like they would give her like a Palatine type up B and say it's like a rewind type.
Yeah. I feel like down B like could do enough. Like her rewind time could definitely be both down and up B.
Yeah, it might be like Sonic where he has like 2 specials that are big.
Yeah. And that's a Blizzard rep.
One goes up and one goes down.
Yeah. That's a good pick. David clearly pandering. The guy who's played the least Overwatch out of the 3 of us picks Tracer.
Yeah, I made the pick.
He did make the pick.
I'll be the one enjoying her being announced because I can. What was that?
Yeah, Dan, what was that?
I don't know, I shuffled for a second.
Alright,
That's my bad.
speaking of shuffling, Dan, why don't you shuffle in your 4th character pick here?
I will shuffle.
Let's see if you can segue. You could shuffle.
Because I had a few people I was... No. I think... Did you get that?
No, I didn't. What did you say? Oh, no. Dan.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, I can't hear you, but I saw you type that. Hello? Dan? David? Is everyone here?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know where Dan is though.
Dan,
He went bowling.
So Dan picked Rabbids. David, you didn't type that, right? He picked the Rabbids.
Darn it! I actually had that on my list. I was thinking of that one. My last pick.
Oh my god. So Dan picked the
He
Rabbids.
hasn't even played Mario Rabbids, has he?
I don't think he has actually.
So why would he pick that? He doesn't know what they're like in that game.
Well, he probably played one of the Wii games. They've been around for a while.
Yeah, I know, but they're garbage before Mario and Rabbids.
That is, you know what? That's very fair.
Oh,
And it's weird because you would think Rayman would be the character you would go for.
can't believe it. This is why I had to pick Cuphead, because some of these off-board things are just on all of our minds.
I mean, like, I didn't even consider anyone would pick Cuphead.
I didn't think they would take Rabbids, but here we are.
Here we are. I really didn't expect Rabbids.
It wasn't even one of like my top 10 options, and I played the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I did want Rabbids though.
Oh my god. I don't know where.
I wasn't sure they were worth taking, but I kind of wanted them.
I mean, they did kind of get Nintendo-fied. I feel like they have a way better shot now than they did, like, even 3 years ago.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they're pretty good actually. But
Yeah, because then you could also have like the skins be just different. Like you could have Mario Rabbit, Peach Rabbit, Yoshi Rabbit, or whatever. Like,
yeah, I mean you could, but the personalities are different. Not just like, I don't know. The skins would kind of like do away with all the fun personality of each character.
yeah,
Unless they wanted to design each character differently. But
I mean they could, but that would be a lot of work.
because like Peach Rabbit like always takes selfies, which is just amazing.
Dan, are you still with us?
Are we gonna have to have Dan submit his last pick, just over a chat?
We might have to. No, it's 2 more picks.
Oh, 2 more picks. Yeah. So John, this is I'm gonna teach you how a fantasy draft works when someone's not present. We have something called an auto pick, where they have the players ranked, and the next guy on the board just goes to you if you're not there. So, let's rank these bad boys and give them someone.
Should we give them hold on. So look who we have. We can give them anyone we want. I think we should give them like.
Well, didn't he just take rabbits?
Oh, he did. Oh, it's my pick.
Yeah, but for his other picks.
Dude, the problem is there's so many characters that I feel like could make it in. Like, we're gonna have a lengthy discussion of the characters who didn't get in as opposed to just who is in. God, there's so many characters, like, even without Shantae, like, I feel like I have, like, 5 or 6 other characters that I feel like could be, like, you know, actual plausible characters. I might just throw... If you want to pick Shantae, you can. There's a character I think is more like...
I don't really want her, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, like, I would like her to be in. She makes sense as, like, a female rep and an indie rep, because she's been around since the Game Boy Color era. But I think my 4th character will be the Monster Hunter from Monster Hunter as just, I don't know, just as the 4th character. Do we wait for Dan? Because, I mean, I'm putting down my Monster Hunter.
I mean, is he coming back?
I think he's coming back. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I mean, let's see. You should keep this in the podcast. Like,
Oh, I'm leaving this in.
like, where's Dan? Where's Dan? We have a hunt for Dan during the podcast.
Dan is still in the Google Doc podcast file. I don't know where he is.
This is weird.
Okay, well, maybe the rabbits killed Dan. That's the only logical explanation. Maybe he got sucked into that, like, washing machine.
So I've got an important question.
Yeah.
If the rabbits killed Dan, can I have the rabbits?
Well, no, because they've chosen him to be their human representative.
Oh, alright. Fair enough.
I mean, you could
Can I...
exchange one of your characters for rabbits. Oh, Dan, are you back?
Dan?
It says he's talking, but, like, I can't hear him. Did you mute
You
yourself?
might need to fix the mic, like I did.
Oh, yeah. Maybe his roommate's asking him something, or...
Maybe. Yeah, we'll just stall.
Stalin for...
Alright, so, important question.
Yes.
Are we considering that little like robot thing that follows the rabbits around? Is that a separate character from the rabbits?
David, you know what? You can choose that, like, little Roomba that follows the rabbits as your pick.
I don't even know what his name is, to be honest. So,
The Rabbidoomba. It's a Rabbidoomba.
what is it actually called? I'm gonna search Roomba.
I don't know. Yeah, search Rabbit's Roomba, and that'll be your pick.
Roomba, Rabbids, and Mario. Let's see. Huh. Yeah, oh wait, hold on. Beepo? Is that what his name is?
It might be Beepo.
I think it's Beepo. That's kind of sad, but I like it.
Now,
Beepo.
Beepo is a character from One
Beepo.
Piece.
Let's see. Is this his name? Yeah, it's Beepo.
It's Beepo, everyone.
All right, for our next pick, I'm not taking Bebo, but I'd like to recognize him
Recognize him as your honorable mention.
for his contributions.
Should we have like an honorable mention pick, and that if you get that and you get like 0.5 points.
Yeah, we could do like one of those if you want to when we're done.
All right, yeah, we can do an honorable mention pick. Dan, we cannot hear you. Dan said that the reason that he picked the Rabbids was because of that Mario crossover. It makes a lot of sense. And he heard that there's a lot of speculation about them in the game. And it just seems like there's a lot of potential for different skins. And plus they have a lot of potential move options. And yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. That's a very good reasoning to pick the Rabbids. And basically it serves the purpose of having a troll character in Smash again. David, how do you feel about them representing the Rayman series better than Rayman?
I'd actually prefer them over Rayman.
Really? You would prefer them over Rayman? Why is that?
They're fun. I mean, in the Mario game, they were reinvigorated, and they're a lot of fun, a lot of personality.
You wouldn't like to fight with someone who's limbless and a freak?
I mean, that's fun too. But it's not my kind of fun.
Yeah. Rayman has his fans, though. I think he's likely. I personally wouldn't play him, but then again, I did choose Geno, so who knows? I just think Geno has way more options than Rayman does. When you're comparing like a limbless freak to like a little toy.
I mean, as we've learned from a lot of the characters, if the characters don't have enough moves, they can just simply invent them.
That's fair. Yeah.
Like, Captain Falcon is from a racing game.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's just like, oh yeah, Falcon Punch, a signature move. He's from a racing game. Like, they invented that.
That's fake news. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Dan.
Yeah.
All right, Dan.
It's dead.
Alright, cool.
All right. Talk to me about Rabbids, because I want to hear this.
Yeah, honestly, for me, it just like makes a lot of sense. Mostly for crossover reasons. It's like basically there's tons of opportunity for skins because they made all like the Mario versions of the characters. And just like yeah, honestly, like my biggest reason is just like the crossover is pretty fun. It just seems like Nintendo likes the Rabbids and likes mixing with Nintendo characters. Like if you mix something with Mario, then you can pretty much mix them with anything.
Yeah. Yeah. And
that's my logic.
And picking them over Rayman. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, picking them over Rayman. I mean, like, I don't know. I just haven't really seen a lot of. It's like, for me, I think the main thing is that like the Rabbids were in a game with Mario, and I feel like that's just super telling because if Nintendo's willing to put you with like their like mascot, then it's like it's not like a given, but it's more likely.
My fourth pick is Monster Hunter from Monster Hunter. Now I have every reason to believe that there's going to be a new Capcom character, and racking my mind through it, it comes to me in my head. It comes between Resident Evil and Monster Hunter as the big hole to fill for a Capcom rep. There's so many Capcom characters. I'm surprised we haven't actually brought them up earlier. I feel like Monster Hunter actually is like way more likely than Travis Touchdown. Might actually. We can how about we readjust?
Yeah, we can adjust if you want to after.
Yeah, after we're done, we can just go through our most likely. We can just.
Cuphead is not.
Yeah.
Because for me, Cuphead would not be third.
Yeah, that's very fair.
He'd be like fourth or fifth. Now.
Yeah. But Monster Hunter just makes a lot of sense. They were exclusive to Nintendo consoles for so long. Monster Hunter World is like the biggest game Capcom has ever put out, and we know that there's an exclusive Monster Hunter coming to Switch soon. It's just, I feel like it's also a way of having more female reps. Like I feel like you can just add the female Monster Hunter as the main one, and then have a boy there. Honestly, it's a really tough call between this and a Resident Evil character. For the Capcom character, as much as I would like someone like Phoenix Wright or Amaterasu from Okami or Beautiful Joe even, like Monster Hunter is just the character I feel like has the biggest chance of getting in, as much as I would like Jill or Leon to get in. But yeah, Monster Hunter I feel like is my character. Would you guys be surprised if Monster Hunter gets in?
No, I could see it.
I can see it too.
Okay, well, David, it is time for your 5th pick.
I just want to point out one on here that I found kind of interesting.
Oh yeah.
Level 5 Jibanyan.
Yeah, I put Jibanyan there because I figured level 5 is another Japanese.
That feels super out of left field, but I like it.
Hey,
I'm not taking it.
Under Namco Bandai, I literally put Agumon from Digimon as a potential character.
Are you serious?
Well, I put Digimon because Bandai owns that, and it did technically start as a video game. If you want to call those like the little pet games, like and Namco character, but they're on here. You could technically choose them. There's a lot of Namco characters to pick from, but yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, Jibanyan would be funny. I feel like Yokai Watch was big enough for a little bit that it could represent that company, but yeah.
Alright, so now for my actual pick, because that's not what I'm thinking. So for this character, what I just said about Captain Falcon really doesn't apply, is that they can simply invent characters for anybody, because this character does not have attacks. I'm gonna go with Captain Toad.
Captain Toad? David, not only does that character not have any attacks, that character can't jump.
I know it. It's why.
At least he can't jump either, John.
Yes, he can in Breath of the Wild. He can. Oh,
Not until Breath of the
Dan,
Wild.
he had an item.
He jumped in Smash before he could jump.
No, because he had an item that let him jump.
feather?
Yeah.
And John, let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen in any game, can Piranha Plant jump? No.
Can Piranha Plant run around? Does he have little
No,
feetsies like he does? in
He
Smash?
does in Mario Party.
But see, I think in many ways it actually makes for a good option. You take a character design that's really cool and really interesting, and you have a completely blank slate in terms of expectations for what people are looking for the character. And
I like
think
the idea
similar-
of Captain Toad.
And I think similar to Piranha Plant, you can really make it. They can make it whatever they want to. And it could end up being a really like funky joke character that ends up being kind of good. So there you go.
Right.
My case.
Now, I also wasn't expecting us to pick a Nintendo character. Like, should we include... I think we could do, like, a separate Nintendo list, because I don't know how likely more Nintendo characters are, but... Like...
Yeah, it sounds like Sakurai wants to just add as much into the Smash universe as possible.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to keep Captain Toad, that's fine, but if you want to choose another character and we could just talk about after, like, any likely Nintendo characters, that also could be cool, too.
I mean, I'm running out of ones that I have strong feelings about, but I can try to find one.
Okay. If you want to keep
I
Captain
mean-
Toad, that's... You know what? It's your funeral, but...
I think you should stick with
I-
Captain Toad.
Yeah, I'll stick with it. It's fine.
Alright,
It
cool.
doesn't matter that
Yeah,
much.
stick with your picks.
This
Yes.
is content.
Stick with your gut.
It's not about content. It's not about being right.
Oh, it is for me.
Alright, well. Dan? 4 is yours.
Alright, this one's gonna be another weird one, but I do think this is a very real possibility, and my reasoning for it is kind of similar to other thing, because it's on Switch, but Minecraft Steve.
I actually almost looked at it.
Yeah, I think that's a
consider it
very
wrong.
real possibility, as much as I hate the idea of it.
Yeah,
It's
I was
like-
just confused by it.
Yeah, I'm not enthused by it at all, and I don't want it to happen, but I feel like it could very well happen.
It's one of the biggest games in the world.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like I don't really like. See, like I think Minecraft is great, but like I just don't care for it that much. I don't care for it enough to like, justify wanting it in Smash.
Yeah. There's been rumors for Minecraft content in Smash since before the game even came out from one of the most credible leakers. Like, and we just haven't seen anything about Minecraft yet.
Yeah, exactly. It just seems it just makes too much sense to me. You know, like with Minecraft on the Switch now, there's been rumors about it for such a long time. Like it just seems like it could happen to me.
Now, Dan, when you talk about Minecraft, Steve, why not pick Creeper or someone?
Well, just cause like I mean like what would Creeper's moveset be? Like Creepers aren't versatile. It's just they just blow up in your face.
Neither are the. Oh, I guess the rabbits are actually pretty versatile. Yeah, you know what? You're
Yeah,
right.
the rabbits are super versatile. They have like a whole RPG's worth of moves now.
I mean, I guess, is a creeper any more versatile or less versatile than a piranha plant?
Hello? What happened there?
I don't know. I think
I don't know.
I think just no one cared about piranha plant. Rest in peace, piranha plant.
Rest in peace, Piranha Plant.
Rest in.
Rip our boy. Low on the tier list, but high in our hearts.
Is it my pick?
Who's your fifth, John?
Okay. Now, there are a lot of characters I want in Smash Brothers. There's a lot of characters I think are likely, and there are very few characters that I feel like kind of speak to me anymore. I feel like we've gotten a lot of the main characters out of the way. And since David broke the ice with the Nintendo pick, I'm going to pick one of my characters from the ballot who's not deconfirmed yet through like assist trophies or anything like Isaac is. I think it's finally time for my girl Dixie Kong to make it into Smash Brothers. She deserves it. She needs it. I don't understand why she's not here.
Yeah, she makes a lot of sense. I mean, she was supposed to be Brawl, wasn't she? Instead of Diddy?
I
That's what I heard.
I think they were supposed to be like a team-up thing, like an Ice Climbers kind of thing.
Yeah, something along those lines. I know for a fact she was supposed to be playable in Brawl.
Yeah. So I feel like definitely the idea was already set in stone there. And it just makes a lot of sense that Dixie Kong would finally complete the Donkey Kong Pro Tags. As much as I would like Funky or Cranky to be playable, I just don't think they're as likely as Dixie Kong, who starred in her own game. So Dixie Kong, I guess, as like an echo pick, would work out for me. And I guess that's my fifth pick. David, do you want to go to your sixth and last main pick?
Alright, this pick's probably gonna be kind of mediocre. Out of characters that I actually like had on my list, it didn't care that much about. So, let's see. Alright. Ooh, that's a fun pick. Alright, I'm gonna go with this. This character is from a franchise already in Smash, but I'm gonna go with it anyways because she's different. All right, I'll go with Chun-Li.
Oh, Chun-Li, that's a good pick.
Chun-Li's a good pick, yeah.
I was playing Street Fighter recently, and she has some cool kick stuff. And I think even though they already have Street Fighter characters in Smash, she's super different. That she's not really a punching character.
Yeah.
I think she would add a new dimension to that game.
She is probably like the second biggest. Like, I feel like she's way more popular than even Ken is. It's just Ken was easier to implement.
And I mean, Ken's basically Ryu. I mean, I think it'd be good to have someone else in that series.
She's like the main fighting game girl. Like, there's not many more. There's not another character that Nicki Minaj would name a song after than Chun-Li. I don't know. That joke was fine. I felt it landed,
liked
but
it.
thank you. I mean, it's not much of a joke. It literally is like a song.
It is a song.
All right, Dan. What is your final pick?
My final pick is my pipe dream, which is Shadow.
You want Shadow?
Shadow the Hedgehog. I want him, so I'm putting him on there, even though I think he's very unlikely to
I respect that too,
Yeah,
Dan.
if he actually does get in the game, then I need to get like some kind of points for it. That's the only reason I'm putting him on there. I don't actually
So
expect him, but-
Dan's Shadow pick is Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yep.
But wait, did Dan ever choose his?
Yeah, he said
Fighter Pass one?
He said Sora would be his fighter pass.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay,
forgot to I
yeah.
forgot to mention that in the reporting, but yeah, I picked Sword.
Do you want to all have our long shot pick? Dan's can be Shadow. I'll take Cuphead. You can take someone.
Oh yeah, I have a long shot. I could come up with a long shot pick. Is this another thing we're adding to our 6 or?
Here, can our long shot pick be like 3 times the points or something?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
You can make my long shot either Captain Toad or Cuphead. I don't know which is whatever you think is less likely.
I feel like Cuphead is less likely, but like Captain Toad just feels like. Would they add another Mario character as DLC? I feel like not many people would buy Captain Toad.
I feel like Cuphead is is a little more likely.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, Captain Toad. We can figure that out. I feel like
Yeah, that can be a later addition.
of the characters I've said, I feel like Dixie Kong is probably like the long shot. But Dan, what do you think? Because Shadow's already an assist trophy. Do you think that disqualifies him?
I don't.
It-
Mostly just because like Ridley was a boss in Burger King Brawl, so I feel like anything is possible. But it's definitely tough.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it makes a lot of sense still. Like even though he's an assist trophy, like I could see Sakura having like a change of heart with that assist trophy Shadow, like actually playable Shadow.
That'd be cool, especially if the banner leak got a lot of people's hopes up for playable Shadow.
Exactly, yeah. It's just like, I mean, Smash has been like breaking bounds for like years now, and I feel like they've slowly been like tearing down like things that we thought were like rules, you know?
Yeah.
It was like people didn't think Ridley would get in because he was too big and he was a boss, and like now Ridley's in the game, and like people didn't think K. Rool would get in because he's a meme, but like now he's in the game. And people didn't think Sans would get in again because he's a meme.
And now he's a costume.
Yeah, no, it's Sans, John. It's Sans. It's not me Gunner.
Okay. That's
It's
true.
Sans.
Yet literally I play Sans now.
All other me Gunners are just skins of Sans.
Alright, so now it's time to my final pick and also my long shot pick, but also an honorary mention pick because my dearest Emily and I have been talking long and hard about the possible inclusion of this lovely character, and I think with a new game coming to Switch this year, it's finally time for Cooking Mama to leave the kitchen, enter the Smash, and Cooking Mama
You're serious?
is coming.
Please tell me you're serious.
I am so serious. She is both my long shot pick, but also the best meme pick.
Wait,
And
that's a great
I
pick.
love the idea of cooking.
because she will slice and dice her way through. And think about it. We have characters who can cook. Link can cook. Other characters can probably cook that I can't think about. But we don't have... Chef Kawasaki could have made it in. Didn't make it. Sadly, he's an assist trophy. But Cooking Mama can carry the torch and use that torch to light the pot. Kirby's Final Smash with the pot was removed. Everything is lining up for Cooking Mama to make her debut as the newest Smash Brothers character. And
They removed it for Cooking Mama.
they removed it multiple games in advance for Cooking Mama. So...
They were like, you know, when we make Smash Ultimate on the Nintendo Switch, we're gonna put Cooking Mama in the game.
Cooking Mama the game.
So Kirby doesn't need his Final Smash anymore.
I think that's a pretty incredible pick.
I think that's a great pick. I fucking love it.
Alright, so I guess that's all of our 6, so we can rearrange this. Do you guys want to talk about, David, do you want to like look at your list really fast and then like quickly off the
Yeah,
top of your
sure.
head do your likely to most to least likely?
Let's see. Most of it is. Let's see. I think I'm gonna move Tracer up to 3, and then Chun-Li up to 4, and then probably Cuphead 5 and Captain Toad 6.
Okay, and is Captain Toad your long shot pick?
I mean, is that something I can choose?
Yeah,
Because if I could choose, I
That
want
long
Cuphead.
shit.
I
pick.
think
Don't-
Cuphead the more possible.
don't read my spelling errors on the podcast, Dan.
I'm sorry. It was too good.
I mean, I think whoever we rank 6 should just be our long shot
Yeah.
pick automatically, I guess. So
All right, David. So do you want to do your official rundown?
all right, we got Lloyd Irving at 1. We got Ryu
Hayabusa.
Hayabusa at 2. We got Tracer at 3. Chun-Li at 4. Cuphead at 5. And my boy Captain Toad at 6.
All right, Dan. Do you like your order, or are you going to change anything?
I'll switch it a little bit. I think the first two are fine.
Okay.
And I'll keep Shadow in spot. I'd say switch Minecraft, Steve, and Master Chief.
Oh, okay. So do you want to go through your list?
That looks good,
Yeah.
I think, in terms of order.
Yeah. Actually, put the rabbits behind Master Chief.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I honestly think Rabbids have a better shot of than Master Chief.
Oh, I did too.
They very well might, but I don't know. Like I just have like they keep doing the unexpected.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting the unexpected. That's why. That's why I'm putting Master Chief there. It feels weird thinking though that Master Chief could get into Smash. Like that just does not compute.
Yeah.
But yeah. No. So number 1, Crash Bandicoot for sure. Like I feel like he's like as close to. And then Sora makes a lot of sense for me. And then Minecraft, Steve, Master Chief, Rabbids, and Shadow the Hedgehog.
That sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like Crash is probably a lock. It just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And then Sora, just everyone has wanted Sora forever, so it would make sense.
Yeah.
Honestly, I am regretting putting Dixie Kong on my list. I wanted a.
Yeah.
There were a couple other characters I wish I had put instead, but I'm sticking to what I said, and it is my dream. She was one of my Fighters Pass characters during the ballot, so I'm hoping Dixie Kong will make it, but I think of the order of likely to most to least likely. I'm gonna have to shift around. So my list is going to be Doom Guy as number 1, Monster Hunter is number 2, Geno at 3, Travis Touchdown is 4, Dixie Kong is 5, and then Cooking Mama the Goat as the long shot pick. Yeah, I think we covered a lot of the bases of like what hasn't really been represented in Smash so far. I guess we can move into like our secret desire, like our warm and bubbly pick. So,
You know who mine is.
all right. So David, who's your warm and bubbly pick?
Do I even have to say it at this point? You know who it is.
Is it the Toot?
Oh, it's Parappa the Rapper.
Oh, Parappa. Okay,
Parappa the Rapper.
that would be a
That's-
really good Sony character to actually
I
include.
mean, that's the only character that I want so badly.
Ugh. Like,
Then I can stop playing hours and hours of PS All Stars.
like, oh yeah, like the hours I know you've spent.
Yeah, I mean, it's my guilty pleasure.
David, do you even own that game?
Yeah, I have it on PS3.
Oh, okay. Didn't
I bought it on
Oh,
sale.
that's right. What a trash game.
I mean, it's got prop in it, so it can't be that bad, right?
Yeah. Dan, what is your honorable mention / your warm and bubbly pick?
Billy Hatcher.
Really?
Really, Hatcher. Really?
I don't think he would ever get in. I just think it'd be hilarious. He hasn't had a game since like 2004.
Well, wasn't he like the flag bearer or whatever in one of the Sonic racing games?
Kind of. I don't know how to describe Billy Hatcher.
Cock-a-doodle-doo!
Alright, John, who's yours?
My warm and bubbly would be Dante from the Devil May Cry series. I love Devil May Cry so much, and I feel like I would love my pizza shoot dad to make it into the Smash Brothers, but I don't know how likely he is. His games are being released on Switch, so I guess it's not out of the question, but
Yeah.
I just thought when I chose a Capcom character, I would just choose the more likely.
You realize for this pick, he's being compared to Parappa. It's not a very high bar.
I feel like he's just as warm and bubbly as Parappa.
Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, I'm feeling pretty good about Travis Jenkins. Fighter pack like 5. I think he'll come around.
Yeah, if Dante is in Smash, I will cry on stream, and reveal my Dante parts, if you know what I mean.
Reveal my Dante parts.
And if Dante is in, he has to have a Dante skin from DMC Devil May Cry, which is edgy crack boy Dante. Featured in PlayStation All-Stars, David, so we're technically in the same boat with our picks.
What was that song called? It was like the main song of DMC. It's like, you must feel.
Oh god, the like emo. Yeah, because I am living in hell.
I don't understand that line.
I don't know. All I imagine is just like those witchy. Oh god, that song was so. That game was like not great.
Yeah, it was.
Crack Dante.